that's the most important thing, is survival. And my primal instinct is survival. The need to survive. After that, once you've had food and shelter, freedom, liberty, to be able to live free and explore our potentials as sentient human beings, on this planet where we're doing what we're doing. Being that was always fought, because, then fighting tyranny, fighting the repression. I mean, these things take up our time here. So, I don't know, in the big picture of it, I don't know how much of all of it is followed.
Sure.
I mean,
it seems like there's stories just to keep you occupied with shit, with not really thinking, what the truth is.
Oh, sure. Yeah,
it's all like this, craziness. And
but again, once you get to the point where you have the time to get beyond, taking care of your own survival, you start getting into the things of what we're talking about. What is life for? What are we all about? Why do we exist? So these things start flooding your mind once you've taken care of the basics.
Right.
So as a society here, we've had the ability to do that. That energy, though, has been taken by the powers that be and put into, let me entertain you.
Sure.
So we become self-absorbed, narcissistic entertainment junkies.
Yeah.
And this is by design, by the powers that be, take the energy that we would have to be exploring where we could go to make us slaves of our own needs.
You got it. Yeah, I'm right there with you.
Yeah, well, again, I don't think that you're going to have to be a genius to see it. Pay attention, read some books, self-educate.
Why do you think the people in 9/11 and the buildings were jumping to their death?
Well, you have a choice between dying in a fire or dying.
But the point is, they might not have. I mean, there was hope that there were fire engines, there were cell phones, the fire engines were coming, they're going to put the fire out or whatever, and then all of a sudden, just people started jumping.
Well, I wasn't there. I don't know. You don't know what the situation is. I mean, the heat could have pushed them out. The smoke could have pushed them out. You just don't know. You don't know.
So, what's your message? With you here like this on the street corner, what is your message? Or do you have one?
Good question again. My message is basically what I get is when someone gives me the compliment, you made me think. I'm trying to educate. I'm trying to get people to think. I don't know where it's going to go. I don't even know if my message is right or if I'm doing it the right way. I mean, I don't know. I'm just taking what talents I have and doing the best that I can with them that I know of.
Are you happy?
I'm happy with what I'm doing.
Are you at peace? Like at peace with where you are?
I am. I'm at peace totally with myself, but I'm a total turmoil with what I see around me. I mean, this is an insane world, but you say that.
Sure.
I get up and I start looking for the walls of this insane asylum. I mean, just bring it up 9/11. You and I know that there's something wrong with it. Any thinking person would say there's something wrong here. We were lied to. You start looking into it, that this whole thing's bullshit. Well, once you realize that, you live in an insane world when you have leaders, so-called leaders, and so-called professionals and judges and everybody walking around like things are normal. If you and I know it's a total lie, what are we doing walking around? Why isn't everybody with a cart?
Here's the deal. I get you on that, but here's the deal. And I understand you have a message that's out there, but how much of those things really affect you within the confines of just being, because you can't fly to the moon, you can't, do things. There's certain things that you or me can do as a human being. If we're lucky we're here in the United States, we could be somewhere else, but somewhere else might even be better. Costa Rica or, Mexico or something. But with all that being said, I think we're all trying to find happiness and peace within the craziness. And if I believe it to be crazy, crazy shit out there, I get it. But, like for example, Donald Trump gets in office, Hillary Clinton gets in office, is it really going to affect my being all that much. Maybe the tax structure goes to 42% as opposed to 40, and so, and it's not going to have a profound impact on my life. It's kind of part of my philosophy and how I've adjusted it. So I commend you in your message here to think outside the box and everything, and I appreciate it. What's your name?
Mike, R-A-K-A.
John Flotra.
Where are you from, John?
Here.
Oh, good. What do you do here?
I'm in real estate.
Oh, good. Yeah, well, it seems like it'd be a good thing to be here. I mean, New Orleans seems like a good market. Things are rising. I know. Everybody's bitching about the cost of rents. Used to be the Big Easy.
Sure.
Not anymore.
Yeah. Moved to Iowa.
I'm thinking about it.
That's not a bad thought. Hey, thanks, man.